We're recapping United's draw against Twente in the Europa League, sir. A frustrating night for Manchester United fans, the players, the coach, in the whipping rain of Old Trafford against the Dutch minnows, sir. United, casual, way too casual on the day. Created some chances, scored a goal, but we were kind of just sleepwalking through the whole match. They had a really dangerous chance early in the game, and then we let some guy from Twente cut through our midfield.
Some guy.
Eriksen gave the ball away. Bad little giveaway after scoring such a great goal. And United dropped points. First game in Europa League. Reminds me of last year. How we doing, sir?
I prefer really not to speak. If I speak, I am in big trouble. In big trouble. And I don't want to be in big trouble.
Bond just started. You gotta let's go.
Sir, I
prefer, two-footed tackles.
I prefer not to speak. If I speak, I will be in big trouble. Since this is a podcast and we are the American Red Devils, I have to give you that Muppet take. Come on. Everybody knows what they're watching. We didn't want it to happen. We don't want it to happen, but man, this season, it's not happening. The engine's not getting started. This football team has the personality of our manager. It's flat. Just like he talks in the presser, you got nothing. Center backs are injured, can't play well. Center backs are healthy, can't defend well. I mean, the excuses, run out of time at Manchester United. You can't play football that's boring and looks like that. I mean, that's just the way it is. This is Manchester United. I don't need to tell everybody. At the very least, you have to entertain those fans in the Trafford end because this is horrible. It's almost like the fans are used to this. This is like FC Twente. Like we were talking about FC Copenhagen last year. You couldn't get a result. Galatasaray cooking you at home. FC Twente getting real opportunities. United got nothing up front. We had nothing up front against Crystal Palace. Couldn't score. Where are the goals going to come from? Can't defend. More of the same for Manchester United, and the manager's got to fix it. I'm not saying we need to get rid of him. The Ineos chose to keep him, and he's going to be around for a while. But, man, he's got to start doing something or start adjusting the plan because you cannot be playing like this. You can't hang your hat against with a half of football against Crystal Palace that looked good because this is Twente. This is Europa League. This is Manchester United home under the lights. You got to give the fans some red meat. Didn't get it tonight.
We'll see how long he is in the seat, sir. The pressure is going to be on for Manchester United and for the manager because he is the manager of Manchester United. Expectations are much higher, and especially because the new regime is here. They're doing their job. The front office came in. They had a very productive summer, given the considerations and the circumstances they were dealt with. And like you said, no excuses. Obviously, we'd like more goal scorers, but we've got a healthy squad. He's got plenty of choices.
Sir.
He's sticking in already. He hasn't even, I gave me barely any running room.
No, I'm just telling you.
Go ahead, Egghead. What do you got for me?
You just said you're the head of the excuse factory.
I got nothing, bro.
You got no excuses?
No.
The head of the excuse factory's got no excuses. That's it.
People don't come here for
you
excuses.
Shut down the factory?
People don't come here for excuses. They
you
come here for
the
the real deal.
Those elves need jobs. They need to work. You know, Santa Claus isn't getting them going yet. The excuse factory is supposed to keep them going.
Do you want to hear excuses? Do you want to hear like my fan? I don't want to give you excuses. I want to just talk about like it wasn't good enough.
The excuse factory.
Yeah, but guess what, bro? I'm on strike. I'm on strike because I haven't eaten enough. I haven't seen enough goals. I haven't seen enough attacking football. And you know what? It was flat at Old Trafford. And that reverberates the fans. They weren't feeling it. Even the commentator, they weren't feeling it. And United, it was casual the whole time. You know, they had, like I said, Twente had a very, very dangerous early chance after Delo got cooked on a corner. United had control after that, but like it was just casual. The whole thing was casual. It was comfortable. There was no urgency. Just like at the end of the Palace game, there was no urgency at the end to go get a winner. Those last 30 minutes were agonizing. And today, you saw it coming. It was a mistake, but at the end of the day, it's like you make your own destiny. And the destiny of us is like we're just sleepwalking through games. And this manager might be sleepwalking his way out of a job because the pressure is on. We got Spurs, we got Villa, we got Porto. We got big games coming down the chute, and it's heating up. It's heating up.
Yeah, but consistency is how you would judge a real team. Like, can we build on form from, even the Barnsley game, playing a real heavy 11 there to get the 7-0. Crystal Palace, it's away. They're a tough side, or maybe they're not a tough side this season. But Twente at home, Europa League, think about this. The bulletin board material, Champions League went horrible last year. You think they got some gumption to prove us right? Be like, hey, Europe was absolutely a disaster last year. We got to make that right for our fans. We got to fight for this badge. Again, no fight late in the game. Twente coming at you late. what is going on at Manchester United? And that's, to me, it looks like the Dutchman's run out of ideas. He needs to find some. He's got Ruud van Nistelrooy on the touchline. You got to be going for it here because it's early in the season. There's everything to play for. Like, the subs aren't working. He's not changing things that need to be changed. I'm not going to go after Bruno. I think that's like the dumbest thing in the world is people slating Bruno. Yeah, every good player needs to be benched, but whatever Ten Hag, the order of operations he's trying to rotate players in, take players out, it just doesn't work, including the subs. The midfield needs to shift, if you think about it. I just think the ideas are stale. It doesn't look like we're getting the best of other teams tactically. And when we make adjustments, they're not working. And you can see it. The football is just not good enough. The attacking patterns aren't there. We're not creating chances at the volume that we need against bad opposition. And when you run into real good teams, you're going to get the buzzsaw. And we saw that Liverpool 3-0. So I'm not saying it's throw everything out just yet. But, man, we are kind of heading in that direction where we're really not seeing that uptrend that we hoped that first half against Crystal Palace could buy us something. But to come back to earth is brutal.
Well, we hope last season would shake us into kind of waking up. We hope the FA Cup would. We hope manager getting another bite of the apple would. A good summer, from a front office perspective would. But sleepwalking through games. And I don't think it's tactics. I think it's mentality. I think this team lacks mentality. And at the end of the day, it's on the manager to motivate the players. So we've got a competent squad. We've got a very strong squad, as strong as a squad as we've had in a while. And players are fit. Mazraoui, he's a player. Ahmad, he's a player. Bruno is still a player, and he's had a poor start to the season for his standards, but he's still an excellent player, contributes a lot. But he hasn't started well. But there's still great players in this team. Mount can come in. Højlund can come in. We still have Rashford. Alejandro Garnacho is a player. So it's about motivating the lads and learning how to show up and play 90 minutes of football, control the game, take your fucking chances, and don't give them stupid chances. And that's what we did today. And anyone who's watched this team recently, you knew something like this was going to happen. It was just, you saw the writing on the wall. It was so fucking casual. We were going through the paces.
It's like, you knew it.
You knew it, dude. You knew it coming. You knew they'd concede, and then we thought maybe we'd wake up, and we did not wake up.
That's the scariest part, is there was a time and a place with this team where, like, this wouldn't be acceptable, but now this is kind of the norm. And it's scary. Like, we expect Twente to come in and have a ball at Old Trafford, right? Their fans clapping them up. Like, that's just the way things are right now at Manchester United. And that tells you something is seriously wrong, because we are so off the mark that we need a big adjustment. And I don't know if Ten Hag can dig deep to give us that adjustment that we need. I don't even think it's Ruud van Nistelrooy. I think it's a whole new regime that we need to institute at Manchester United, because there's softness on the pitch. There's bad leadership. We're not getting a tune. There's no urgency late at Crystal Palace to go for the win. I mean, we're the dogs in this team. There's a real disconnect between that badge and what we need to see out there week in, week out. So we're going to keep you posted. But, sir, quick PSA for the podcast. We're fired up in the podcast bunker. Twente getting us angry. We're spitting in the Muppet Take. And if you like the Muppet Take, check out our YouTube channel. We just got off the ground. You can find us on YouTube, American Red Devils. Please search for it. Like, subscribe, do all those fun things. Also, check out our Patreon page. Shout out to our Patreon supporters. You are the reason we could do YouTube in the first place. If you want to join the best community that Manchester United has to offer, check out patreon.com/American Red Devils. Also, check out our store. Grab some merch. Alex is wearing the trucker hat, the American Red Devils trucker. Pick one up. We got hoodies, scarves, shirts, beanies, you name it. Everything you buy supports this podcast. We need it, because this season, how many games in? We're already here. We're already here, sir.
Could have lost.
We're already here. We're already, like, frustrated and dying in Europa League. Check out our website as well, and then tell them about iTunes reviews.
iTunes reviews and 5-star reviews of the American Red Devils is a great way to support the pod. It helps us get found organically by other top Muppets like yourself, and we're still giving away free merch. All you got to do is write a 5-star review wherever you listen, but especially on iTunes or Spotify if you want to get a free ARD handout. Send a screenshot of that 5-star review to americandevils@gmail.com with your mailing address, and I'll personally pick, pack, and ship free ARD gear. Send it right to your door anywhere in the world. We love all those 5-star reviews. I wish that United was 5-star. We are not a 5-star team. We're like a 3-star team at best.
2.5, sir. Hans and Franz, drop that beat. Guts, sir, it is rough because that anthem actually gets me fired up. And I am excited because for a team like Manchester United, look, we didn't have a good European campaign last year. It was the worst in our club's history. You know what? Let's have fun in Europa League. We got Twente coming to town. Zirkzee, you get a goal. Rashford, you get a goal. Diallo gets a brace. We get a clean sheet. We start rolling. We take that to Spurs. Oh, wait. Nope. That's not happening. Let's break into this 11 real quick. Onana in net. Maz at right back, Magoo, Martinez, center back pairing, Delo on the left, Ugarte coming in, big start for him, Eriksen, Bruno midfield, Rashford on the left, Zirkzee up front, and Diallo on the right. What'd you make of this 11?
It's a very strong 11. It's a very strong 11 for Manchester United. You know, just a couple subs. McGuire coming in for the lit. I think that makes sense. Give him a blow. Rashi, of course, coming in, like, controversy, hilarious. As he rotates his wingers, that makes a lot of sense. And Ugarte getting a start. Kobe dropping to the bench. It's very strong. You know, you got to take advantage of that. I think he was trying to make amends for how poor our Europe was last year, but it didn't look like it on the pitch because the boys, they were going through the motions, sir. They were going through it.
Walk me through the match, sir.
Slow start for United. I thought they took about 30 minutes to wake up, and they had one big scare early. They were largely controlling the first half, but like I said, it was very casual. 8th minute, this was the chance I mentioned, 20, nearly went ahead after Delo just got cooked on a corner, and the 20 player just went wide with his chance.
Should have been a goal. That should have
been a goal if it was a better team, better finisher. Onana was beat, so yeah, big chance for 20 early. And United, you would have hoped it wouldn't have taken another 20 minutes to snap out of it, but it did.
But we wouldn't have to wait long because we would get bailed out. Our Dane, Christian Eriksen, would find the net. Great chance for him in the 35th minute.
Martinez. Cut into the box, looking for Darrow's advance. Eriksen arrives, brilliant. Deadlock broken after 34 minutes. It's a sensational finish by Christian Eriksen. Got a couple in the Carabao Cup against Barnsley last week.
Look, it's exactly what you want to see from Eriksen. Great finish. He's been playing well for Manchester United. The Dane in form, getting starts. You know, not the best start for United at home, but we get our goal. We're up 1-0. Finish him off.
Yeah, I mean, you had that scare early. You got a good goal. We did put them under pressure. Same thing, same issues with kind of clinicality in that final third. We were rusty and not sharp in that final third. But like you said, it's like you get the goal. Let's put a stranglehold in the game. Let's finish him out. And we didn't see that. There was no kind of urgency to get that goal. And that's just like, dude, that's got to be mentality or coming down from the top. But either way, it's just not good enough.
No, we talked about this. United come off. If I was an opposition manager, I would know that United was going to let down after halftime. Right? How many times in the last year have we conceded right after half? Like many times. We didn't this game, but there is a drop-off, and I feel like we're trying to make the adjustment for that drop-off, but it's done too late. It's almost like we need these subs like in the late 50th minute. They're coming in the 67th. Let's get into the second half, sir. Break it down.
Yeah, I mean, this was where we started to worry. I started to worry. United just too casual, too slow, too comfortable. And it was an early chance, not too early, but 59th minute, nice stretching save from Onana after a free kick. United, like I said, they were kind of just going through the motions. The sub started at this point. Garnacho came on for Ahmad at the 67th minute. And then right after that, let's go to the tape, sir. FC Twente just walked through that $200 million midfield we put together.
Say it ain't so, sir.
This is a strong one here by Park Van Rooij. Took a good challenge to stop him by Ugarte, but it's broken kindly to Lammers. Can he finish this time? Yes, he can. And Manchester United, guilty of giving the ball away, have been caught on the counter, and it's 1-1.
Brutal. Can't say I didn't see that coming.
Not
rough,
quite like that.
Rough,
That was wicked.
Like a rough one from United just through the midfield. Eriksen, what is Ugarte doing? What's Magoo doing? What's Martinez doing? And then what is Onana doing? That is a horrible angle he took there. That's bad goalkeeping. Look, Onana, we saw amazing goalkeeping. You know, you're only as good as your last performance as a goalkeeper. That was horrid, his positioning on this chance. Obviously, it shouldn't have got to him. There was about 4 errors on the way. I just have to call out that positioning from Onana because it was not good enough, and United wasn't good enough.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't drape himself in glory, but the mistake started at Christian Eriksen. He had a great first half. He didn't have a great second half. Gardi actually does quite well, and then I don't know what Eriksen was thinking, but should protect his front post, did not. But that's just United, just like you saw it coming, and then, you know, we had a couple chances in those last 20 minutes. But like you said, the big triple subs that came late. So 76 minutes, Zirkzee beats his man in the box. Nice little shot. Triple sub, sir, thrown in the kitchen sink. Kobe, Mount, and Højlund for Zirkzee and Rashford and Eriksen. I don't know. That didn't seem like a seamless sub.
No, it's kitchen sink. This is not. I don't like. The subs are bad. Like the adjustments bad. The subs are bad. You know, the looking around, the energy level dropping is bad. Like, you add this manager plus Bruno not having a day on the pitch, and something's off with this team. I'm not saying it's Bruno's fault. I'm not saying it's Ten Hag's fault, but you know, they're not able to bail each other out. Like it's not like Bruno's stepping up as like a leader on the pitch when we're having a rough day. It's not like Ten Hag's getting the boys up after halftime. They're both kind of MIA, and this team is MIA. And that's really something to say about like that intangible leadership that you were talking to at the beginning of the podcast, where maybe if Ten Hag had that vocal Roy Keane leader, it could help him overcome some of that. But with Bruno plus Ten Hag and then having a rough day against a shit team, we've seen this too many where we wet noodle. And this is another one of those performances where it's just not good enough for Manchester United, and we're sleepwalking into this shit. And I just am sick of it because this is not the level, not even close. And for anyone to try to say like one half against a shit Crystal Palace side is something we should hang our hat on.
Palace still.
That's the whole thing. It's like, oh, we had the ball against Crystal Palace. It's like, give me a freaking break. It's like, we're dying out in these streets. We got nothing. Now we're trying to make the excuse factory go overtime for FC Twente.
Where's this
Europa
excuse
League.
factory? You're fighting.
We're getting cooked.
You're fighting Shadows.
No, we're getting cooked on these streets, and Manchester United should be like running the show. 600 million spent. This guy, apparently tactical genius. Give me a break. He's coaching himself out of a job. He's got nowhere to hide. Like, where's the tactical genius? Where is he out thinking people on the pitch? Like, please let me know. It's like, oh, we need one super midfielder to solve all of our problems. If we can't get him, then he's no good. We need defenders to be healthy. And if everyone isn't healthy, then we can't be good. I just hear excuses, and I watch like some of the most shit football I've seen under Manchester United. This is brutal. And I like, something's got to give. He's got to bench Bruno. He's got to change the midfield. He's got to get something going where we can start entertaining fans instead of this malaise of shit football where we're just conceding goals to crap teams and having people just dance at Old Trafford. I'm just sick of it, sir. I've had enough.
Okay, 92-minute. We almost had a chance at the end, sir. Poked it over the line. I feel your frustration, man. I get it, but like at the end of the day, there is no silver bullet. There's nothing that's going to just fix this squad, you know. And I think the manager, he's going to get his chance. That road will run out, and at the end of the day, we're going to see what happens. But this is a long road. And I took some notes today, sir. One of the notes is like, Manchester United fans are not ready for how long we're going to be shit for. Like, they are not ready for how long this project is going to take. Because Erik ten Hag, he's going to have a run. He's going to go. Then they're going to do Ruud. He's going to have a run. He'll probably go. It's like, it's going to take fucking years.
No, but this is a lost season.
I get it. I know it is. They're all lost seasons because we're so far off it. It's not even a lost season. It's like, it's the 25th of September. We have plenty of road left, but it's like, is this manager going to be the guy that like gets this team to show some gumption? Because I don't think it's tactics. I think it's about like heart.
His tactics are
Hold
shit.
on. This team doesn't have the mentality. I know you have a position. That's fine. My position is that like, the team lacks leadership. The team lacks gumption. The team lacks courage. And they just don't show that. They don't show urgency. They don't show togetherness enough. We see it on the fucking dressing room in these photos that sent off in social media. But, like, Bruno shows his leadership via, like, producing and running hard. But, like, he's not the right kind of constructive leader in terms of... And I'm a huge Bruno guy. But, like, his leadership is shown in other ways. And then we know that, obviously, Erik ten Hag is, like, not a super charismatic guy. So I just think... something's got to give. The fans are losing their mind. John's losing his mind. I'm about to lose my mind.
The manager, it's like, here's the thing. You brought in this many players. We fixed every position possible except for left back or maybe another right back and maybe another goal scorer. But, I mean, you look at this team. It's a good team. You got plenty to beat Twente. You got plenty to beat Crystal Palace. In my opinion, the only thing holding us back is the manager. How could it, it's literally, there's nowhere to hide now. There is nowhere to hide for Erik ten Hag. You say that he's got the tactics. Show me the tactics. Show me a tactical plan that like got us a win. Show me a sub or adjustment.
I think I'm final. I'm just saying
that was a
tactic. The tactics worked in that game. So I'm just saying they didn't show. They haven't showed up this season.
It was an error by Guardiola. That
was the first goal. What was the second goal?
No, but then the game had changed. Like,
okay, but come on, Dave.
But I'm just saying,
call a spade a spade.
No, can we beat City on the day? Like with these players, yes, I think we can. But do I think if you look at last season, I'm not going to say you're going to point to one game. I'm going to say, look at the 50 games last year. It was completely a nightmare. Couldn't make the adjustment. Couldn't fix it. This season, if you can't make the adjustment at Crystal Palace, you can't make the adjustment at Twente. Like Liverpool 3-0 at home. We're talking, this is at home. You have to beat Twente at home. All right. Like, you got to beat Twente.
I know.
You have to beat Twente.
We got 7 more games, sir. I get it. But everyone's frustrated.
You have to beat Twente at home and rotate. Like, we're playing like the best team we got and not getting a result. This is like, like somebody else. You don't think another manager could then figure this out?
Sir, it's maybe, yeah, we're going to find out, bro.
Or is it,
we're going to find out.
$1 billion more? Like, so is the only answer we need $1 billion more? This team isn't good enough to beat Twente at home and rotate? Like,
I don't think anyone's saying that. I think
that's system. That's tactics.
Just lower the temperature. Take it easy. I agree.
Fired up.
You're beyond fired up. Like, yeah.
I'm sick of this.
So what, bro? We're all fucking sick of this. So, like, you're not having some kind of profound impact that, like, oh, this is so bad. Yeah, it's fucking terrible. We've been an 11-year kind of, like, complete cratering in terms of how this club has been run.
It's a new low. This is a new low.
This is not a new low. We've been in the shit, bro.
I feel like we didn't even lose today. Old Trafford expects, I've never.
The bar has been lowered so much, sir.
Like, we expect to have Twente give us a game at home. Like, I didn't expect it.
We literally were like walking through the game. We did like control it, and then we gave them these 2 big chances that we shouldn't have. We're not serious football team.
Yes,
we don't have
exactly.
this mentality, bro. I'm telling you. I think you can talk about tactics all you want. This is fucking mentality. The boys have they don't have a winner mentality. They don't have a killer mentality. There are killers in this squad, but it's like we're weak. We are soft. We're ineffective when push comes to shove, and you let a bunch of fucking Dutch guys come.
Everyone's looking at. Like, so the whole point I'm saying is like there's no leader of men. It's like you're looking around,
bro. He's gonna get
you're
fired.
Looking around. Who's the leader? Who's going to be the one who's got the ideas? The manager going to figure this out? Is he going to make the killer sub? Like, do the players believe that he's got the plan to take us to the promised land? Like, I don't know, but like it looks to me everyone's looking around. Bruno's whinging. Nobody thinks he's the leader. Ten Hag's on the touchline looking really nervous, like he's coaching for his job. It has the vibe of like. There's a vacuum of leadership. No one understands what it means to be playing for this club, and we have to correct that. And it's going to take a long time to fix that. And that's my frustration, is that we have more like wet noodle football in our future, and just like some performances with like a lot of shit ones, and there's just like we're meandering around, no progressville, and that is what it chokes you, because you need to see a game where we can show up at home and do the business against a Twente to start Europa League is exactly what. And to have us go like this is brutal. It's just tough. It's a tough pill to swallow, sir. Tough pill to take.
Get used to it, bro. Get used to it,
Get
bro.
the hot sauce.
Lower
and the
your
salt.
bar. You expected too much out of this team. You expected too much.
You said we would win Europa League.
So, yeah, it's still possible, because they might fire him. And then who knows? And who the fuck knows? Like, everyone makes it out of the group, right? Isn't that the whole point? They just want as many games as possible so they can just sell as many noodles as possible. Sir, all I got to say is, like, lower expectations. This team is going to disappoint you.
This is a frustrating
These players
one.
are going to, I understand. You are very frustrated. It's coming off. We're going to suck for a while. So just get used to it. This manager will go at some point, whether it's in weeks, months. I doubt it's going to be in years, but he's going to go, and then they're going to bring in another guy, and he's probably going to go, and just it's going to take years. So
no, it's like I'm doing a bad job of articulating this. That's because I'm a Muppet, and I'm driven by my Muppet emotions, but it's the complacency with this result. It's the complacency with the Crystal Palace draw. It's the complacency with the Twente draw. It's just like I'm watching players wear the Manchester United jersey, and they're not playing like Manchester United should play. And it's just, to me, it's just such a disconnect, and it's so frustrating. And you come to watch this team, you expect them to give you everything. You expect them to fight for everything, and you don't see it. And that disconnect is killing me, sir.
So we've done 600 pods. It's been like this for like 600 pods, bro.
No.
No, yes, it has, dude. This team has been
Always
weak.
at the wheel. No.
It was
Mourinho-
still no, bro. Because Pogba, the whole guys were like they were running the show after Mourinho lost
No,
the
this
grip.
is the worst.
It's
It's
been
the
like
worst.
this for years.
Sir,
I
last
just think
season,
I
worst
just think something about losing the Dutch.
Okay, here you go. Last season, worst Premier League campaign ever. Was a negative goal differential. Worst European campaign ever. We did win the FA Cup.
I was still talking about last year.
But I'm just saying, like last year was a pretty should have been the
What about
low.
Rangnick? We actually got less points at Rangnick, bro.
Yeah, we finished in 8th.
It doesn't
right?
matter. It's whatever.
No,
but we still finished the Europa
okay,
League.
you're like we're Rangnick was a dead man walking,
won an
interim
FA Cup.
manager. Eric Ten Hag is the coach, and it's like if we have another year compared to last year, that's not what like I was hoping last year would be the low. We get some bounce this year, like.
It's still like early as shit, dude. It's like 5 games in the EPL season. The first game of 8. There's 8 fucking group games. It's like, okay, I'm not saying it's going to be great, but I'm just saying let's see what happens and not overreact to a draw against Twente where we did out XG them.
This is our last 9 results in European football under Erik Ten Hag. Like 1 win, 5 losses, 3 draws. Look at those names. So I'm not saying this is one game. I'm saying this is the last 9 results in Europe.
Clearly,
Is that a report card that you're proud about, or that you don't think this is a trend?
am I proud of it? Is that
No, I'm just saying, you said it's one game.
I thought we were talking to Erik Ten Hag. I'm just saying is like. The season is so early. Let's give this man plenty of rope to hook him to hang himself. It's like why? Like this is one game. Let's overreact against Spurs and then Porto and then Villa at fucking Villa Park. Who
No,
are
I'm
better,
aware
who
of
are
that,
by the
but-
way way better than Spurs.
No, but
who
I'm
are
not
like,
saying this isn't one game. This is the last 9 results in Europe.
So I don't need. I'm getting like last year, John, and like let's move past that, bro. He's gonna get fired. Don't take it so seriously. It's just football.
I don't.
And they're bad.
This
We're
is
bad.
not about the manager. This is about
about the
United need to change. Like something. Like
And he's gonna get fired, sir.
I'm not content watching United just stink up.
Neither
the place
am I.
every week, and so that's like for me. This game was more than this. This game was we have to do right by last year in Europe, and to see us show up like we did, brutal. Let's hear what the manager had to say.
I think the secret was in the ability.
They fought for every yard, and we didn't. And 99% is not enough. You have to give 100%. You have to kill the game. You have to finish it off. And we are leading 1-0, and then there's coming an atmosphere in the team. We bring the game till the end, but you have to go for the second goal. Then you kill the game.
Barrett, you've invested a lot of money in Rasmus Højlund and Joshua Zirkzee. The potential is there, but is there a concern that there are still not enough goals in this team?
We have to work on it. That's clear. I think we create enough chances, but we have to score. But it's not only up to them 2 players. Definitely in this moment not on Rasmus because he's just returning, but also other players. We have across the front line. We have there enough players who can score goals with Bruno, with Rashford, with Garnacho, with Amad Diallo, all goal scoring players.
Erik, then, why do you feel it's not clicking or hasn't clicked again tonight in the final third? Because you've had 19 attempts on goal, 5 on target, but obviously just the one going in the back of the net.
Yeah, that's true, and we have to work on this. That's also clear. That we have to be more clinical in such situations, but I don't think that was tonight the only problem, and we have to keep going second half, be consistent in the structures of the team. Is also a question of mentality and kill it off.
I mean,
Trying to make yourself
the
more
second
pissed
goal,
off. I listen to more Erik Ten
and
Hag. What the
then
fuck
no,
are you doing, bro?
that he actually had a good presser. He actually said it right. Like they got outrun.
They worked harder than
They
we
worked
did.
harder, but the buck stops with the main man. And look, Twente's manager joined them in 2023, spent $15 million, and came to Old Trafford and had a lovely day. That's just something to think about. And we talked about the European campaign, but sir, look, I'm frustrated. I'm just frustrated. You add last season to then the start. That's been disappointing. I think you would agree it's been a disappointing start. And we got to give the.
This is about what I expected. This is about right. This feels
think
about
you
right.
could. I would think you could beat Crystal Palace and you could beat Twente. Like that's what
we could have easily won both those games. We did not, but like this is about right. This is like actually better than I thought we would. Because we're playing better football than we did last year, so that's not what I expected. I thought we'd play worse football, and we actually are playing better football, even though like we're all sick of it and they're not converting chances. But
it's not amazingly better.
No, I'm not saying it, but it is better.
Like I would, but the margin of improvement, given kind of what we got. Like with Maz and DeLitt and the new midfield, it's not there. It's not good enough. Like the joy, the excitement, like the United pushing, and like the wet noodling is what kills you. But look, here's the deal. And by no means, like I think you're trying to make me feel like it's not an anti-Ten Hag thing. I'm not trying. I don't think the manager should be fired. Ineos has him in. You have to keep Ten Hag through the end of the year, no matter what.
No, you don't.
You can't go into a Rangnick interim full year thing. Like that's just not what the club needs. You got to give Ten Hag time. But what I'm saying is it ain't looking great. And I'm not going to pull punches about that because I want this whole thing to work. But if I had to be honest, like it isn't looking good. And it's kind of looking like the 1,000-yard stare. And I don't want to go there. And we need a win against Spurs. Like you need a result. But like hook or by crook, you got to be beating Spurs. And then you got Porto away,
Villa away,
and Villa away, and then we have the international break. So
2 days.
These
off,
3 matches are gonna really like in the. This is it.
Yeah, this is it.
This is it.
This is like 2 really hard teams in the league. I mean, Villa's a really good team. Porto away, like you're going to Portugal, which isn't that far, but you're doing Thursday night, and then you have 2 days rest, and then you have to go to Villa Park, where they're playing great football. They're a super dangerous side. Yeah, I mean, it's gonna be like this for a while. I didn't want it to end this early. It could end early, but we could go on a run. So who the fuck knows? Either way, it's interim, sir. Get used to it. It's gonna be like this for a while. Hopefully, Rude's got the riz because he's gonna need it. Because guess what? They're not gonna pull any less punches, a few less punches than they have on Erik ten Hag. But like, they're gonna go after him as well. Everybody goes after Manchester United managers, bro. They ignored, never ignored.
For the record, I don't think getting rid of Ten Hag and making Ruud the manager will make us play better. Like I don't think that is I don't think that I think you need to have somebody who can really control this oil tanker that is Manchester United and get the players in line and basically tell if you don't run and you don't show up, you're out. And like kind of run down that list and find the dogs and get rid of the players that aren't dogs because we got too many bluffers in this team that are still going. And that's
I think Ruud could do that. He is a dog. I mean, he was a dog at United. So. He was an elite player.
It's harder.
He has done well in the league. He's done well in the Dutch league. But like, can he do it at United? That's a whole different thing. Can he have an Ole a little run? Is he more than Ole? Is he less than Ole? I don't know. But I think we might find out sooner rather than later because United fans, like you said, we came in with like very little. We just don't have a lot of tolerance at this point. Everyone's fired up, frustrated after last year.
No, you can lose games, but you can't be boring. And Manchester United are boring. Like Ole had some excitement to the upside and the downside. He did choke in critical moments, but it was exciting. And
many critical moments.
No, but it was exciting though. There was something to that. Like you can't be boring at United. Let's get into fan questions, sir. United scores. Sirs, it ain't time for hurricane warning yet, but the Doppler is sensing weird tropical wind out in the distance. Jack is already back, giving us the forecast about if the hurricane's coming for Erik ten Hag. If you recall from last season, he was giving us the hurricane force.
Well, it's an active hurricane season. In the Gulf, it's probably gonna be an active hurricane season for Manchester United as well. Come on, bro. You're not been paying attention over the last 4 years. It's like it's always gonna keep getting ugly. We'll see how quickly it turns, but I don't know. I think Ruud could have a go at it. I think he'd get people fired up.
At you, Bosun, 11 years of this. 11 years of it never getting really better. A third of my life watching one manager after the other fumble around with a mediocre squad. Make it stop. I think Ulrich gets me and understands my frustration. At D_Cole18, zero desire to kill him off. Boring, predictable, no on-field accountability or leaders to say, let's dominate a weaker team. Boom. It's a cultural problem within this club. Late subs, 1 win in 10 European games. Erik ten Hag, 1,000-yard stare. while Ruud van Nistelrooy screams at the players to run. Simply not good enough. The fans hitting the nail on the head here, sir. At Oscars Pop, we can keep pretending this is going to work. This season is evolving to another long slog of frustration with perhaps a cup run to paper it over. What do you think?
Keep going, bro. I got nothing. I got nothing to add. You got nothing to add. Let's hear from our fans. Got the best takes. The best takes, sir.
At Moneyline Jesus, it's just unbelievable. Same story. Why don't the players have desire? Is it not imposed on them by the manager, or is it the manager? Just has been this way too long, even with all the challenges. 1 win in our last 9 European matches from at BubC316. 6 win in our last 18 Premier League matches. Same problems. Same issues. It's simply not good enough. That's the form we're in. Like right there, you heard it. 1 win in 9 European, 6 in the last 18 EPL matches. That's why I'm losing my head.
How about Mike United Mets? He's got 4 likes, sir. I tell you what, he's got the most likes because he's positive. Let's be positive, bro. You want to be negative, doom and gloom?
Mike United
what kind of life is
Mets.
that to live?
Let me offer some positive against doom and gloom.
Thank Christ.
That was our first goal conceded in 338 minutes of football and was down to individual errors rather than structure. We have created more big chances and kept more clean sheets than City in the league. Results will come. Results will come.
Positivity is not bad either. So I'm not sure it'll work. But here's the thing. We've got 10 days, and we're going to find out. By Villa, you're going to know. By Villa, you're going to know. We have Spurs, very beatable Spurs at home. Porto, who is going to be rocking what a city Porto is. But, we'll know. We'll know by the end of next weekend. We're going to know what's going on with this manager.
No, it's not all about the manager. It's about the team. What's going on with the team?
Everyone's talking about the manager.
I
Start to the top, sir. There's a mentality issue of this club. I think we both agree on that. There's something wrong, deeply wrong with either the leadership or the direction or who's motivating these lads. But we just look like we're going through the motions. It's just thin. It's hollow. It's like a hollow team. And it shouldn't be that way.
Exactly.
Because there is talent in this fucking squad. There are real players in this team. Delit, Mazraoui, Kobe Mainu, it's like Garnacho, Amad Diallo is a player. I mean, there are real players here. It's just like somebody's going to get a chance at it, and Erik ten Hag, I think, is running out of rope.
I mean, with results like this and mediocre performances, I would say yes, and like I do think it's better than last year, but I don't think it's materially better to the point where we're like, whoa, we're almost there. And by almost there, it's like 5th or 6th. We're not like almost there competing for the league. Like, we're 10th looking in at 6th or 5th, right? If we could score some of these chances, 0 goal difference. So, you got to prove it on the score sheet here, sir. But look, that's it. That's the podcast. It's not all doom and gloom here at the America Red Devils. It's just a frustration session. If you watch this team in the last decade, we're dying. Need some wins. Need to bring that bounce back.
It's because they were celebrating that win like they won the Europa League. It was like they were celebrating like Villarreal, bro. It was brutal. It gave me like trigger warnings of the day.
We flew there against Fulham. Fulham beat us.
Yeah,
it's like we've seen
I saw Liverpool beat us 5-0, bro.
I know.
We didn't even get off a bus.
I'll tell you, it's
been bad for a while, dude. It's been bad for a while, bro.
No, like fans leaving early this season against Liverpool, getting cooked at home. Like,
7-0. We lost 7-0 to Liverpool.
Yeah, throw some seasoning on that. Liverpool sizzling us at home, 3-0. Look, that's it. That's the podcast. You like the American Red Devils? We're for fans, by fans. We're gonna get better eventually. We'll be here.
We'll be better with you.
In the meantime, support us. AmericanDevils.store, Patreon.com/AmericanDevils. Sir, give us our top 10 downloads last 7 days.
Number 1, how you doing? Chicago, Illinois, Los Angeles, California, Dublin, Ireland, Brooklyn, New York, New York, Houston, Texas, Oslo, Norway, Atlanta, Georgia, Melbourne, Australia, Charlotte, North Carolina. Appreciate all the American Devils listen week in, week out. Couldn't do it without you. I can't say it's always darkest for the dog because we're in the fucking pitch black, baby. I got nothing for you. Hey. This is still Manchester United. This is still the greatest football team in the world. We're playing Spurs on the weekend. Big match. It's still Old Trafford. The future is bright. We just got some rocky roads on the way there. But, hey, tomorrow will be better than yesterday. That's all I can hope for.
Sorry, got the Premier League winning badge here on this kit.
Yeah, it's like
Gold, baby.
It's got like an 07 in front of it. Wait. Yeah, that was a long time ago, bro.
10-11, baby,
10-11.
right here. It's coming back. You don't just wait. We're gonna figure it out.
14 years and counting.
We're gonna lose this game. We're going on a run. All right, we've seen it all. We won the lot.